The 2024 election sent shockwaves through the nation, not just for its outcome, but for the unsettling precedent it set. The atmosphere was charged with tension, and the air was thick with uncertainty as the results rolled in. President-elect Donald Trump, in a move that has sent chills down the spines of many Americans, has begun assembling his administration. His return to power has been marked by a series of controversial decisions that have left the nation divided and anxious about the future. These are not just appointments, they are pronouncements. Each name seems carefully chosen, not for experience or expertise, but for their unwavering loyalty, and more disturbingly, their potential to exact revenge. The selection process appears to be driven by a desire to consolidate power and settle old scores. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the nomination of Matt Gaetz for the position of Attorney General. Gaetz, a polarizing figure known for his combative style and controversial statements, represents a significant departure from the traditional role of the Attorney General. This is not simply a political maneuver, it is a blatant threat. The message is clear: dissent will not be tolerated, and those who oppose the administration may find themselves in the crosshairs of a weaponized Justice Department. The Justice Department, the very bedrock of our legal system, designed to be an impartial arbiter, is poised to be transformed into an instrument of personal vendetta. The implications of this shift are profound and far-reaching, threatening to erode the public's trust in the legal system. The ramifications of this are staggering. The potential for abuse of power is immense, and the consequences for those who dare to speak out against the administration could be severe. The very foundation of our democracy is at risk. This is not about policy disagreements or ideological battles, it's about the fundamental dismantling of our democracy. The appointment of Gaetz signals a shift towards authoritarianism, where the rule of law is subverted for political gain. The very notion of an attorney general, someone tasked with upholding the law, being chosen based on their willingness to target perceived enemies, is deeply troubling. It undermines the integrity of the office and the principles of justice it is supposed to uphold. It undermines the very fabric of our legal system. The impartiality and independence of the Justice Department are crucial to maintaining the rule of law, and any attempt to compromise these principles poses a grave threat to our democracy. The Justice Department is not a weapon to be wielded against political opponents. It is the guardian of our rights, the protector of our freedoms. Its role is to ensure that justice is served fairly and impartially, without fear or favor. The selection of Gaetz is not just an attack on his potential targets, it's an attack on the very principles of justice and fairness that have long defined this nation. It represents a dangerous shift towards a system where the law is used as a tool of oppression rather than a means of ensuring justice. It is a blatant disregard for the rule of law, a dangerous precedent that could have far-reaching consequences. The erosion of trust in our legal institutions could lead to a breakdown in the social contract that binds us together as a nation. This is not just about Trump or Gaetz, it's about the future of our democracy. The actions taken today will shape the kind of nation we become tomorrow. It is imperative that we remain vigilant and committed to upholding the principles of justice and fairness that are the cornerstone of our democracy. Matt Gaetz is not a man unfamiliar with controversy. His name has become synonymous with political turbulence and scandal. His tenure as a U.S. representative from Florida has been a whirlwind of scandals and inflammatory rhetoric. From the moment he stepped into the political arena, Gaetz has been a lightning rod for controversy. He is a man who seems to thrive on chaos, a provocateur who delights in pushing the boundaries of decorum and decency. His speeches are often filled with incendiary remarks that stir up strong emotions among both his supporters and detractors. His unwavering loyalty to Donald Trump, his eagerness to parrot the most outlandish conspiracy theories, and his blatant disregard for ethical norms have made him a polarizing figure in American politics. Gaetz has positioned himself as one of Trump's most vocal and visible allies, often echoing the former president's most controversial statements. Gaetz's past is littered with allegations of impropriety, from questionable financial dealings to accusations of sexual misconduct. These allegations have not only tarnished his reputation, but have also raised serious questions about his fitness for public office. He has been embroiled in numerous ethics investigations, facing accusations of everything from witness tampering to misusing campaign funds. Each investigation has added another layer of controversy to his already contentious career. Despite these controversies, Gaetz has remained a staunch Trump ally, a vocal defender of the former president's actions, no matter how egregious. His loyalty to Trump has been unwavering, even in the face of mounting legal and ethical challenges. He has consistently attacked Trump's critics, often resorting to personal attacks and baseless accusations. His aggressive defense of Trump has made him a darling of the far right, but it has also alienated many within his own party. His rhetoric is inflammatory, his tactics often bordering on the unethical. Gaetz's approach to politics is one of confrontation and division, a style that has earned him both fervent supporters and fierce opponents. He is a man who seems to relish in conflict, a political brawler who seems to prioritize loyalty over integrity. His combative style has made him a fixture on cable news and a frequent subject of political commentary. The nomination of such a figure to the position of Attorney General is a deeply troubling development. It raises serious concerns about the future of the Justice Department and its ability to function as an impartial arbiter of the law. It suggests that Trump is less interested in upholding the law and more interested in using the Justice Department as a tool for personal gain and political retribution. This potential shift in the role of the Justice Department could have far-reaching implications for the rule of law in the United States. The potential consequences of such a move are dire, potentially undermining the very foundations of our democracy. The integrity of our legal system is at stake, and the actions of those in power will determine its future. As we look to the future, the importance of maintaining a fair and impartial justice system cannot be overstated. The decisions made today will shape the landscape of American democracy for generations to come. The potential consequences of such a move are dire, potentially undermining the very foundations of our democracy. The integrity of our legal system is at stake, and the actions of those in power will determine its future. The potential targets of a Gaetz-led Justice Department read like a who's who of Trump's perceived enemies. This list is not just a collection of names, it represents a broader strategy to undermine those who have stood in opposition to Trump's agenda. At the top of the list are those who have dared to hold Trump accountable for his actions, those who have taken a stand against what they see as abuses of power and breaches of democratic norms. These individuals have challenged his authority in various ways, from legal battles to public denouncements, and have faced significant backlash as a result. They include politicians, activists, and even former allies who have simply refused to bend the knee to his will, showing that loyalty to Trump is often demanded, not earned. These are individuals who have dedicated their lives to public service, to upholding the law, and to defending the Constitution. Their commitment to these principles has put them at odds with Trump and his supporters. Among those most at risk are the prosecutors who have dared to investigate Trump and his associates. These legal professionals have pursued justice, often at great personal and professional risk. Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney leading the investigation into Trump's business dealings, has become a prominent figure in this ongoing saga. Letitia James, the New York Attorney General who has filed a civil lawsuit against Trump and his company, is another key player who has faced significant pressure and threats. These individuals are likely to face intense scrutiny and potential retaliation, not just from Trump supporters but from a Justice Department that could be weaponized against them. But the list extends far beyond prosecutors. It includes a wide array of individuals who have found themselves in Trump's crosshairs for various reasons. It includes those who have testified against Trump in previous investigations, providing crucial evidence that has fueled legal actions against him. Those who have criticized him publicly, whether through media appearances, social media, or public statements, have also found themselves targeted. Even those who have simply been perceived as disloyal, regardless of their actual actions, are not safe from potential retribution. Adam Schiff, who led the first impeachment inquiry against Trump, has been a long-standing target due to his prominent role in challenging Trump's actions. Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, who dared to serve on the January 6th committee, have faced significant political and personal attacks for their roles. Even former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Mark Milley, whom Trump accused of treason, could find himself in the crosshairs, highlighting the broad scope of potential targets. This is not just about individual cases or specific allegations, it's about sending a message. The message is clear: cross Trump, and you will pay the price. This strategy aims to create a climate of fear and intimidation, where dissent is silenced and loyalty is the only currency that matters. It's about ensuring that those who oppose Trump are marginalized, discredited, and if possible, removed from positions of influence. This climate of fear extends beyond the political and legal realms, affecting journalists, activists, and ordinary citizens who dare to speak out. In such an environment, the principles of democracy and justice are at risk, replaced by a culture of loyalty and fear. The stakes are high and the implications are profound for the future of the nation. The erosion of justice is not just a hypothetical scenario, it is a very real and present danger. The legal and ethical concerns surrounding the nomination of Matt Gaetz as Attorney General are profound. His track record, his conduct, and his unwavering loyalty to Trump raise serious questions about his ability to serve as an impartial arbiter of the law. The Justice Department is built on principles of fairness, integrity, and impartiality. These principles are not just abstract ideals, they are the very foundation of our legal system. The potential for abuse of power, for the targeting of political opponents, and for the undermining of our democratic institutions is immense. The erosion of justice is not just about one man or one administration, it's about the future of our democracy, the rule of law, and the principles that have long defined our nation. The stakes could not be higher. So, let's take a moment to explore some counter-arguments to the retribution theory. You see, not everyone agrees that punishment is the best way to achieve justice. Some argue that rehabilitation and restorative justice can be more effective. They believe that by focusing on healing and reintegration we can reduce recidivism and build a more compassionate society. It's an interesting perspective, isn't it? This way, rather than just punishing, we aim to transform lives and ultimately benefit the community as a whole. The nomination of Gaetz has certainly stirred the political pot. Reactions have been mixed, to say the least. Some view it as a bold move, while others see it as a step backward. Political analysts are divided and the public remains skeptical. It's clear that this nomination has sparked a significant debate. To understand the current scenario, it's essential to look back at the historical context. Political retribution is not a new phenomenon. Throughout history, leaders have often used their power to settle scores. From ancient empires to modern democracies, the tactic of retribution has been a recurring theme. By examining these patterns, we can gain a better understanding of today's political landscape. Looking ahead, the implications of Trump's retribution could be far-reaching. If this trend continues, it may set a dangerous precedent for future administrations. The potential for increased polarization and political instability is a real concern. How this will unfold remains to be seen, but it's a situation that warrants close attention. In conclusion, the current political climate is fraught with tension and uncertainty. Gaetz's nomination, the historical context of retribution, and the potential future implications all paint a complex picture. As we navigate these turbulent times, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. The decisions made today will undoubtedly shape the political landscape of tomorrow.